Good morning, everybody. First topic is going to make you guys feel a lot better. We'll start up when we see some people popping in. Ah, Leandro, good morning. Good morning, Kev. And everything's working. Everything's working beautifully. I hope the sound is coming through wonderfully. Good morning. Much better morning, Alvin Eberhard. Eberhard. Got to say your name correctly. Yes, a very much better morning today. Good morning, Speed. Look at you guys. You just popping. Hey, good morning. It's always King Charles. The weeks that we lose in some kind of dramatic fashion, and then the Eagles lose after us in some kind of dramatic fashion. It's a wash. That week's a wash. Let's just move on. Good morning, D Money. AC, what's up? First topic, we would not be talking about him, T Reed. I'm not even going. Hey, I'm not even T Reed. I'm not even going to let the algorithm hear me say his name. I want no association with that topic at all. Goodbye, dude. Never liked you. uh, Good day after the Eagles lose. Yes. Shango, how about Kellen Moore and the Eagles? Yeah, I think I have him. Am I pointing in the right direction? I bet I'm not. Nope. That's my first topic. First topic. Kellen Moore and his Eagles. What's up, Showtime? Where were you? What were you doing? No, that's the thing. Do you remember what you were doing when the Eagles lost last night? Because I could let me tell you my story. Let me tell you my story. All right, I came home and we were supposed to have a podcast for the my Madden league. So I got here at like after the podcast had started, and I was watching some of the game, the end of the game or whatever. And during the game, I was on the podcast and we was talking about, who we think is going to win the divisions and all this kind of stuff, going through all kind of stuff. And I was actually keeping the league posted on what the score was on the game when I was doing that. And I would say, oh, the Falcons scoring, oh, it's good. And then the Eagles scoring or whatever. And then at the end of the game, when the Eagles had the ball at like the one at like 130 something left to go in the game, and they had the ball inside the red zone, getting ready to score a field goal to make it a 6 point game with the field goal. And I was just thinking, any smart person would run the clock out, and I completely disconnected because you're just gonna run the clock out. You're just gonna take as much time away from the clock, kick the field goal, and send your defense out there and make sure you don't give up a touchdown. I mean, that was my thinking or whatever. This is kind of what I'm saying about the pass game, the short passing game, and how we are in trouble this year because we won't have to depend on those short passes in vital situations, and so many things can go wrong. You can have your best player like Saquon Barkley just drop a pass, an easy pass that was probably a touchdown, just like that, from having to throw the ball too much. And they didn't have to throw the ball. They could have ran the ball with just as much success on that play. They could have ran the ball, and if they wasn't successful, they could have taken time off the clock and kicked that field goal and send their defense out to shut them down, because that would have been tough for them to do at that stage, Atlanta. But I totally disconnected from the game. And then I looked back after I was running my mouth about my defense, because my defense is getting better in Madden. Um, I looked over and Atlanta was kicking the field goal and went up. I was like, whoa, what just happened? It was just like completely crazy. And then you had to watch the Atlanta defense go back, and then I'll take another shot at us about I'm taking a shot at us with our pass game. I'm gonna take another shot at us. Uh, um, Jesse Bates shut that game down, and that's a safety play. That was real safety. They went out and got a real safety. And what happened to our safeties? We got blown the top off of our safeties. So you can see teams. Atlanta made some serious moves, and that one move of acquiring Jesse Bates, that it's already it got one win in the win column for them. They made a move, got a player working out for them immediately. Boom. We got no players, and we get mollywopped. It is what it is. Exactly. The Eagles suck too. The Eagles suck. That's the moral of the day. The Eagles suck too. The Eagles suck. Oh, how times have gotten so bad in Dallas. How times have gotten so bad. Oh. Yes. Brent says he pokes fun at the Eagles. Yes, I do too. But they actually have a loaded roster. You see, just imagine our offense. They were actually able to play a winnable game without their number one receiver. Just imagine the Cowboys versus the Falcons if we don't have our number one wide receiver. Just imagine no CeeDee Lamb out there, and we trying to beat the Falcons. Who we getting the ball to? Who we throwing the ball to? Who we handing the ball to? So yeah, the Eagles are loaded with weapons, not like us. We're a little different. You need speed. Retro envy, 100%. You can't win in the NFL without speed. You need speed in the NFL today, and Dallas has one speedy person. His name is Turpin. That's on both sides of the ball. Not just one side of the ball. That's both sides of the ball. We have one speedy person on the team. One fast guy. It's Turpin. Eagles have speed, yes. And the Eagles have ballers. No, we got, I always say those guys who were, until they got to college, they were always the best player on the team. That's Saquon Barkley, that's Devonta, that's A.J. Brown, that's Hurts. They were always the best player on the team until they got to, their massive university. And they still were one of the best in their massive universities. So yeah, Eagles have weapons. But still, as of this morning, of right now, the Eagles suck too. And they're so close to being 0-2 if in that stupid game. And I just wish that game in Brazil was played. Was it Brazil? Somewhere, yeah, Brazil was played in a neutral, in a better stadium with a better field, because I swear that was the reason why the Packers couldn't do anything. What about the Packers winning with my boy Malik Willis? Everybody talk trash about me. Everybody just freely just talk trash about Malik Willis. And he came out there and he did his thing. Good job, Malik. They drag you like you Will Levis. If we are looking for Trey Lance to get involved, let's just tank and get a top 5 pick next year. Yeah, the retro envy. The tanking thing. We got to get rid of Dak. We got to get rid of CD. There's no way we can tank in our division with Dak and CD with the Giants and the Commanders sitting there. You understand what I'm saying? That's 4. That's 4 wins. We already got 1, so that's 5 wins. That's a poor tank job right there. There's a lot of retro injury said there's a lot of talent in that draft coming up more than this year. There's a lot of talent coming up in this draft. There's a lot of, if we look, I can take whatever's going to happen this season because I'm not expecting anything this season. I can take it. We can go one, and the rest of them we can go to the playoffs and lose dramatically. We can do this season can be whatever, and I don't care. But if we come back next year, retro envy, and we load up on some of these weapons that are in the draft right now, that's be coming into the draft after this year, these weapons that are just destroying college football right now, if we load up on some of those weapons to go around the solid pieces, then I'm gonna be happy. Shoot, Austin Ginty, Boise State running back. That's the type of weapon I'm referring to. If we get him and a receiver or two, ooh, weapons. Uh, Nick Sirianni and Kellen Moore boneheaded play call on 3rd and 3. It's definitely, and that's it's just this, it's the stupidity. It's what we had to deal with Kellen Moore, and both of those guys are clueless because Nick Sirianni is just as clueless as Kellen Moore. Both of them, neither one of them, in my opinion, deserved their jobs when they got them. They should have stayed where they were for a little bit longer. Why do we have, with different coordinators, Swazi said, why are we having the same troubles with the same offense for 7 years? Why? What's going, why haven't, Swazi, the thing is, why haven't we, I've been begging for somebody off the Shanahan tree. I was begging for Mike, the Miami's coach. I was begging for, it's just, I've been always just begging for somebody from that Shanahan tree. Let's just do it. Just pull the Band-Aid off. That tree is better than you. You're not going to go and get a retread coach that won 15, 20 years ago and go up against the Shanahan with these new kids, because the Shanahan system is that old, very successful system being retweaked by these young dudes that play Madden. We're dealing with what McCarthy is dreaming up. Not with any kind, no youth, no young, no what, this is what they're happening now, this is what they're doing now. None of that stuff. It's like, oh, this worked back when I had Aaron Rodgers. That's Dallas. We go get old coaches, old retreads, doing old schemes, old known schemes. Not just old schemes, old popular schemes. Man, I would love that trade. Don Weedy said we need to trade Lance to Miami and get Achane. Man, you know I wanted him in the draft for sure. Bijan looked so good last night. I was like, man, again, I'm gonna have running back envy all year. I'm gonna have a running back, because when Bijan was catching the ball out the backfield and he was running, he was so slippery. He was just like, I was like, dang, Bijan looks good. So Bijan is starting to get his feet underneath him. He's starting to do his thing. Moises, but my thing is there's no running backs like Bijan. You know, there's not going to be a running back. We'll be able to pick up somebody that might be able to get us some yards. Alfred Morris, we'll be able to. I'm telling you, that's how we think. That's our organization. We'll go get an Alfred Morris, and they'll get some big tough yards and get us excited. But there's no Bijans coming. There's none of that stuff happening. No killer running back. This modern NFL is exposing these older coaches. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. Bill Belichick, I'm not excited to see him come back. He's right now. Bill Belichick is simply that name, Bill Belichick. He's a dude that did a lot of stuff back then, but right now, as of recent, no. Sean Payton, he's still trying to coach all mean, and Mike McCarthy is like, we're experiencing him. But yeah, this is it's a young man's game right now. He said we're getting Ben Johnson as head coach and Mike Verbal as defense coordinator end of the year. Like it. Denver is a great defensive mind. Yep. But hey, there's tape on Zimmer, Brent. There's tape on Zimmer. And especially these young guys, they'll say, "Oh, Zimmer, his defense, he blah 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 blah." They know exactly what his defense does. All you got to do is why not use Lance as a gadget player? I know he. Hey, look, Rick Charlton, Trey Lance is our second best physical weapon outside of CeeDee Lamb. I would say definitively that I would take Trey Lance with the ball in his hands before I take Kevontae Turpin with the ball in his hands on an offensive play. Not on a kickoff or punt return, on an offensive play. So, hey, why not use Lance as a gadget player? Andy Reid is evolving. I know. Yeah, Andy Reid is actually evolving. Andy Reid is getting these MB8 dad. Andy Reid is getting these gadget players out of the college football. When you watch Kansas City, it's almost like you're watching a college football team. Yeah. Andy Reid, I mean, you don't have to be just because you're old, you don't have to be old. I'm chronologically old, but I'm not nowhere near old. If you know what I'm saying. I got all kind of AI gadgets in the room and stuff like that. Regular old people are like, "Oh man, can somebody check my email for me? Can somebody?" No, you don't have to be old. You just stop evolving for a while. And those coaches, they stopped evolving for some reason. Uh, um, Both coaches in Kansas City are continuing to evolve. The defensive coordinator, who could be one of the greatest defensive coordinators of all time, he's still evolving, and Andy Reid. So look, I'm old myself. I'm not gonna go off on old people. It's you old people that don't evolve. It's you old people that want to stick at, no, this is how it worked. It worked for me one time like that. Well, you were lucky. You got to keep working. You got to keep doing it. You can't say, "Okay, it worked for me this one time. This is how you do it." No, it worked. Things lined up at that moment for it to happen for you. Okay? But now next time you got to do the things the way it's being done right now. That's what I was saying. Somebody about Dabo. I was telling you guys what of somebody. I was saying this about Dabo. Dabo is trying to do things his own way. He's stuck in the old system and trying to do things the way that he thinks it's the right way or whatever, and he's falling behind. Excuse me, he has fallen behind, in my opinion. Good morning, Sadiqa. Jerry, that's you know what, Don Weedy. That's what I was when these people were hoping that we got rid of Dak and get another quarterback. I was like, you have no idea how Jerry Jones searches for a quarterback. He goes through trash cans. He dumps the trash cans out, and if he sees nothing, he'll go get another trash can, and he'll dump it out, and he'll look for another quarterback. He does not want to invest in the quarterback in any way. He doesn't want to use a draft pick on a quarterback, a high draft pick on a quarterback. He don't want to use any kind of go on free agency and pull in a quarterback. But again, Atlanta, Kirk Cousins looked very pedestrian in that game for most of the game last night. But then when it was time for him to perform, Kirk Cousins took that ball all the way down the field. Atlanta signed somebody that worked for him. Big game. Big game. So two big signings. One on offense and one on defense for the Atlanta Falcons. Proved that they were trying to win this year, and it came. And it came. We did nothing, and we lost 44-9. Or 44 whatever. I don't know that score. Andy Reid is an outliner. Exactly. Yeah, there's no creativity in V8 Dad. NBA Dad said, y'all are right. Why can't we use Lance like they use Taysom Hill? Yeah, they're creative. We're not. They're young and have all that young energy over there. We did it this way in 2016, in 2006, not 16. That's way too recent. Yes, Andy Reid lucked out with a once in a generation quarterback, and that quarterback really lucked out with Andy Reid. Uh, um, Pat Mahomes is a type of talent that could have went this way or that way. You know what I'm saying? If he had went to a bad franchise and just he would have looked horrible. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing the ball all over the place or whatever. So that was a dream combination because you had a quarterback that had all the ability in the world and needed discipline, and you had a coach that had discipline and needed a quarterback with ability because he's been dealing with the Donovan McNabbs of the world for his entire career. I mean, he had Alex Smith before Mahomes. So if this dude is like getting work done in the NFL with the likes of Alex Smith and Donovan McNabb, when he got Patrick Mahomes, he was going to do something with him, and y'all should have known it. You definitely should have known it, not to let that speech to go there. Sean Payton shouldn't be coaching anymore. I kind of feel that 2K grind '09. I kind of feel that he shouldn't be paying. I mean, he has been creative, but it's his coaching style. He's very much Parcells, very much Parcells, and he's not going to change. He's like he's old man. It's weird because you think of Sean Payton as a younger guy because he came up younger with Parcells and them, but now he's an old, set in his ways guy. Yeah, that's true. College football is screwed. In this game, I got it on the screen right now. The college football game. It shows you how what kind of advantage the big programs got. Because I'm Oregon. I'm basically doing this through recruiting. Let's see. I don't like him. Yeah, I like him. I'll take him. That's basically what all and there's enough talent for all. Georgia's doing the same thing. Ohio State and very rarely we'll fight over the same guy. And then if we're fighting on the same guy, he's really a backup guy because we already got another guy in that same position that can do what that guy does. So it's like it's really the big programs have they just feast on all the talent. Exactly, retro. That was my greatest thing for the Dak contract because now can we just stop? There's no point to saying anything. Let's just stop and let's criticize him for things that he needs to be criticized for so he can get us to a championship instead of just feeding the trolls on the television. Yes, 2K grind '09. Uh, Bryce Young went to a horrible situation. Joe Burrow went to an incredible situation. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's where you fall. Justin Herbert didn't go to a really good situation. They just still talk him up. Justin Fields, Caleb Williams. That's an interesting situation. I kind of said that. When they got rid of Justin Fields. And I kind of understood why they did it because the contract situation, they were going to have to pay Fields sooner or later or whatever. And they wanted to get some more weapons so they can supposedly upgrade their quarterback. But in my mind, the dude that can run the fastest, the dude that has, excuse me, the one guy that has something elite, that's the one you want to go with. There not yet. There may be something elite about Caleb in his game or something soon or whatever. I'm not going to say that. He's not looked good so far, but there might be something elite. We already know that Justin Fields is an elite runner at the quarterback position. And if anything, he can get what what Hurts is getting, what Lamar is getting, and if he can put some kind of passing game with that, they might can do some things. So I would have stuck with Fields instead of taking a chance. But hey, they were talking up Caleb like he was the best thing. Yes, sir, Aaron D. Thank you very much for the. I'll be here forever. I'll be here forever. Yes, Fields was in a horrible situation. He meant Fields got drafted into a horrible situation. That's why he got drugged. His name got drugged in mud. Nah, I just don't like McNabb. McNabb wasn't a bad quarterback. I just know that what Larry H. That there was one. It was one Java game that came out back in the day with you remember JavaScript way back in the day. They had a McNabb game. It was the funniest game in the world, and it was like I'm open, and McNabb would throw the ball and would go the wrong way, and the crowd go oh, and I'm open, and the ball go this way. Oh, I was like, this is the greatest game. I would sit there and play the game. I'm open. Shh. Oh, I wish I could find it. What's up, Cortez? What's up, Cybers? If the Cowboys really might lose this game versus the Ravens. I'm not. I'm just whatever happens. Mike, oh yeah, let's go with the Eagles Falcons game. I think we went through the Eagles Falcons game. That was ridiculous, and the Falcons, basically the Falcons, went after it in free agency this off season, and it paid off on both sides of the football. It paid off with their quarterback with that final drive in the game, and it paid off with that safety with that pick that shut the game down. Yes, Dak still has a no trade clause. Yeah, I jumped off the Caleb Williams bandwagon last year when I started watching those USC games. I'm not on the Drake May bandwagon either. My money is on that Tennessee quarterback. Is that Tennessee quarterback there? Last night's game was beautiful. Yeah, how did that trade not work out for neither team? Reborn about Carolina trading DJ Moore to that trade didn't work out for either team so far. You did. Ewers always gets hurt, and now he messed up Rick Charlton because Manning fever is loose. Quinn, you might as well just sit there and work on your draft status. Because Madden, not Manning Mayhem has been released, and for you to get that ball back from that kid, it's going to be tough. Drake television. Yeah, I'm not on. Yeah, I'm with you, Cal. I'm not on the North Carolina or Duke quarterback train. I know Washington might end up 2-1, and us and the Eagles are 1-2. I know. Yes, and the Falcons drafted a quarterback this year in the first round, just to make sure. I've seen nothing from Jaden Daniels that makes me fear him. He might be the best of this crew though, and a lot of people were saying that he was the better than Caleb or whatever. So with 2 games in, he might be better. But you have to think though, uh, Caleb was playing against a much better defense. I mean, that Giants defense, I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? And then he couldn't score a touch. Jaden Daniels couldn't get a touchdown on that Giant defense. So I'm not blown away by any of these quarterbacks so far. My boy Bo Nix is not looking well. I know it's that it's the angle, Devon, the dude. It's the pass angle. That's a tough angle. That's a good. It's a bad play because that ball has to be thrown like perfectly. Yeah, it's not an easy catch. We got to stop, man. Our bigs were getting pushed around like crazy. I don't know what to think about that because they're like established players. Maybe they're too old. Man, my Cam. Oh, there's a lot of quarterbacks that I really like. So that's why I could have done with the Dak going to another team and us rebuilding because the quarterbacks are so exciting in college football. The problem is we wouldn't get none of them because Jerry doesn't invest in quarterbacks. We'd be tipping over trash cans. Is there a quarterback in there? Knocking on people's doors. Anybody got a quarterback that was good like 4 years ago that something happened? That's how Jerry Jones searched for quarterbacks. Oh, tank and draft Travis Hunter. Now that's a hey Cal. Hey. Now that's a thought. That's a good thought. Jaden has the most potential out of us. That's a good thing, Retro. I agree. Jaden has the most potential out of him. What's up, Patel? The game field was atrocious. It was. Oh, I can't stand Cliff Kingsbury. And he goes, hey, my thoughts on Cliff Kingsbury. See Kellen Moore and Nick Sirianni. Cliff Kingsbury, all three of them. They just got boosted up. They just got boosted up. They got talked up and boosted up and hired. All three of them didn't deserve jobs. Kyle Hunter and CD would be yes. Travis Hunter, me, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm expecting the L with the Ravens. The Ravens better come. Man, the Ravens. If the Ravens don't come in just like angry and mad and ready to destroy us, they got serious problems. Said Manning's not coming out for 2 years, and his uncles want him to go to the Giants. No, dude, there's no way. There's no way the Mannings would try to control where this kid goes. The Mannings don't do that. I am really ashamed of you for thinking that the Manning family would sit there and orchestrate where one of their family members goes. You're 100% right. Hey, Chargers, understand, don't draft him. They will make a move. I know exactly, Retro. They're talking about, but no, I'm talking about the hype machine, Retro. The Arch Manning hype machine is off and running, and you're not gonna stop. You're not gonna slow it down. And just because they beat it, look, the college football hype machine is crazy. Do I think Deion Sanders' son will be a good quarterback? I'm still up in the air about that guy. I really am. He is in he's the face that came to my mind when I just said the college football hype machine. He's really a part of the college football hype machine. So Shador literally has to get in the NFL, take like Caleb Williams did. He has to get in the NFL and then make those crazy plays. But the NFL is way more precise than, just extending the play and throwing it deep and letting your receiver run underneath it. You have to be very cerebral. The thing that Shador has in his favor is his dad and mainly Tom Brady. He's got a lot of people. Oh, and Arch too. They got a lot of people that know what they're talking about, saying stuff to him, but still they can't play the game for you. Oh yeah, I'm already thinking about the off seasons. Somebody say, "Are we all?" Yes, I'm thinking about the off season. I want weapons. I'm not interested in anything Dallas Cowboys until we get weapons. Until we get guys like I said yesterday, when we were behind with the Saints, and who are you wanting us to get the ball to? Who are you wanting us to get the ball to, other than CeeDee Lamb? Saying, man, if we need to, because you think that okay, we need to get such and so involved. We need to get who were we wishing was going to do it. That's what I want in this draft. I want those guys. I want a Rashid Shaheen. I want a Kamara. I want a Chris Olave. Those are elite. Those are three elite weapons with the Saints, and they have more. Those are only the three that they got off on us. I told you they had a tight end that's just like nasty. Yeah, I can see Jerry Jones hiring Mike Zimmer. Yep. I like you got Quinn Ewers to black up Dak and take over for the future. We need to get. I said that we as soon as we sign Dak, we need to in the next year we need to specifically find that guy that we want to take over for Dak after this contract. And if Dak gets another contract after this, great, because you're not expecting that. That means you're taking us to Super Bowls and stuff. If you get another contract after this, you know what I'm saying? This is your last contract, so we need to know that we're going to have a quarterback ready for that transition, so we don't have like drama at the end of his career and after it's over. We gave Cooper away from. Yeah, that was my thing. Don Weed, I said that yesterday with Cooper. I was not mad. No one in Dallas had an emotional connection to Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper was a great wide receiver. But no, you want to trade him? Okay, oh yeah, sure. Trade with Cooper. What we get? That's what bothered me with the Cooper trade. We didn't even get draft picks so we can draft another weapon to replace him. We just assumed that, oh, we got Gallup. Gallup's just as good as him. What are you saying? Gallup is Colorado State, and this dude's Alabama. What are you saying? Hey, look, Jay Recruiter. I believe Dak has like 10 years of playing left or whatever. But if this contract he's going to have to prove a lot this contract, because when you're older and the smart thing is just to go young, you have to stay with that older guy for a reason. That's why I say he's going to have to do something. It's just the way this you have to go young unless this old guy is really like he's doing it for us. We can't mess this up and get rid of this older guy. That's the only way Dak, and I completely see that. Don't get me wrong, I completely see it. But not until we get some weapons that he can throw the ball to. But the smart thing right now, invest in a quarterback to replace Dak in 4 years. Don't want that gap. I mean, that's even generous. Some teams draft a quarterback every year. or acquire a quarterback every year. Yeah, quarterback and exactly. Kyle Cullen says two important positions. Jerry doesn't prioritize a really important quarterback and defensive tackle. Just quarterback is a dumpster dive, and defensive tackle, if we get one, it's older people. No, the Cowboys aren't cursed. The Cowboys are dumb. I mean, last year, TD, I'm gonna tell you why they're not cursed. It's not being cursed when in the middle of the season you realize that your running game isn't what you need to be, and there's available running backs, and you refuse to get those running backs, and then you go into the playoffs, and then you lose in the playoffs because you cannot. One reason of many is because you can't run the football, and then you come back this year and lost the one running back you had, and you come back this year without that running back, and still somehow think you're gonna win? No, that's not cursed. That's being dumb. Stuck in your ways. I told you Jerry was up there just schooling Stephen A. Smith on how to run a franchise, on how to win. This is you have to do it. Like you have to. And I like, you ain't done nothing. What are you talking about? Again, another old person talking about how he did it in 1995, 4. Shoot, I wish I could do the things I could do back in 95 and 94. Shoot. Like I could take that and say, I can still do this. No, I can't. I'm old now. Cooper Rush and Trey Lance are free agents at the end of this season. I think so, Brent. I know Trey is. Hunter Renfro. You know, I envy B Dad. I was begging for Hunter Renfro, Kareem Hunt, Chase Claypool. I've been yelling for him. I think McKinnon is old now. I don't know about Chase, but he might work out great with us. Who knows? Kareem Hunt might be better than anybody that we have on our team. And of course, I want Hunter Renfro. Yes. Yes. When we get a weapon, it's all smoke and mirrors like Turpin or Deuce Vaughn. But Turpin can return a kick. I will say that. That was a good return last week, Turpin. Hope we get another one from you. Exactly, Aaron D. That's a good observation. Aaron D says, "Do you feel the Cowboys are doing the exact opposite of what brought them to the Super Bowls in the '90s? Old coaches, veteran players, etc., opposed to young and innovative. That's what the '90s Cowboys was. Even Jerry Jones was young-ish. Jimmy Johnson is still out there working hard. He was young-ish. But all the coordinators were young. Zimmer, I did not stay on topic today. I got my topics over there. Yeah, Travis Hunter is different. Say what you want to say about you can hate on Colorado, you can like Colorado, you can say whatever you want to say about Colorado and their football team. I don't care. It's a lot of hype there, but the Travis Hunter thing, that's not hype. That boy good. That's the real deal. All right, let me. All right, we did the Falcons and the Eagles and had a nice little laugh off that. Good morning, everyone. Zimmer, I think Zimmer's going to be okay. I'm not ready to just like bash Zimmer's name at all. Like, did you see Rex Ryan? Rex Ryan was like, y'all think Zimmer's Buddy Ryan? He's no Buddy Ryan. He's no Rex Ryan. He's not even a Rob Ryan. I was like, wow. So Rex really wanted that job in Dallas. He really wanted that job in Dallas. He really wanted that job in Dallas because he went in on Zimmer. So he had a lot of negative things to say about Zimmer, but I'm not letting that penetrate. I'm gonna let Zimmer. I know what he does. He's gonna get in their behinds and he's gonna do something different next time. But he's got a problem with the MVP, Lamar Jackson. Micah, what I was wanting to say about Micah is that I don't know, is Micah more of a is Micah a blessing and a curse since he doesn't have a position? Is that one of our problems with our defense? That we have Micah out there like as just an attacker and that works like a lot, but then when you have teams that are just going to bear down and run the ball at us, it doesn't work. You know? And this season, Micah has like 1 sack. I think 7 tackles and 1 sack or something like that. So his numbers are not really there at all. So I don't know. I don't know about the Micah situation. I really don't. Is he worth everything? That's what we got to find out this year. And Peyton Hendershot. Do we need to go get him back? The Chiefs cut him. Because to me personally, I trust Hendershot more than I trust Schottenheimer. What's his name? Schottenheimer. You know who I'm talking about. The only caveat was Zimmer, like every other coach in Dallas for the past 25 years, second half adjustments. Yeah. Well, I think this game was done at the half. And last night, Jerry, in the last comment, Jerry made a comment that we're gonna fix this mess, and I'm like, how are you gonna fix this, Jerry? I mean, on offense, that offense that we saw against the Saints, that wasn't a poorly executed. That was our offense. Schoon caught that one pass, but we've seen a lot more with Hendershot than we've seen with Schoon. We've seen much more exciting play with him. And then Schoon can't replicate what Ferguson does like Hendershot can. That's what I'm really talking about. You're not going to see Schoonmaker making those catches that Ferguson would make. Yep, Jerry, and signing Dak made us stay relevant to the media because they're going to everything is him, and then Dak's play is going to keep us better than at least 2 teams in our division the whole time. There might be one team like Philadelphia is more stacked than us, and they really have the potential to be better than us. But we're always going to be with Dak Prescott. We're always going to be better than 2 of the other teams in our division. So Jerry's got us on lock. He's got the drama because we're going to fail because we're not put together correctly to win it all. So we're gonna have that drama at the end of the season that's profitable, and we'll never become like, oh, the Dallas Cowboys ain't into it because we have Dak and CD. Great marketing work, Jerry. Great. What mess? Jerry said he's gonna fix this mess. What mess, Jerry? It seems to be working beautifully. What mess are you referring to, Jerry? The mess with all the money that's just laying around in your bank account, you're going to fix that mess up and just straighten your money up. Bring Hendershot back. Yes. All right. 6:30 on the dot. Let me go get these kids. Let me start this day. All right, guys. Tomorrow we're gonna start. We're gonna talk about Ravens. I'm gonna watch. I watched the first game with the Ravens. I'm gonna watch Sunday's game with the Ravens and how they lost that one. I heard they it was very dramatic over there as well. So we'll talk about the Ravens tomorrow, and then on Thursday we'll talk about everything. All right, guys. Love hanging out in the morning, man. This is getting easier and easier for me to get up in the morning and do this. It's the setup is where I can come in, just hit a button and get going. I upload this to YouTube right after, so the YouTube can get a clean copy of this. So hey, it's working so far. It's working. And the greatest thing is I'm wifeless right now. So I'm wifeless for the next like 5 or 6 more weeks, I think I got. And then after that, wifey's back. She's not going to let me do anything because when she's here, she does everything. And I'll be able to upgrade everything. All right, guys.